on meditations. And I want to share a certain story that I have because I saw the spirit of Krishna as well. And I didn't really understand or realize what that meant yet at the time. But now that we're going through this period, I truly believe that that was to subconsciously guide me towards this area where I can give this information out to a lot of different people that are watching.
When you're dreaming, you're creating it all, whether you are aware you're in the dream or not. And it's like that in reality too. We can kind of be sleeping, dreaming while awake, where we don't really know we're in charge of this reality that we're in. We're creating our reality because we are Ishvara as well. I really have to shout out to Sky Guardian XY for showing us the video. And guys, we want to react to all of your videos. If we miss it and if we're not reacting to it, just comment. Keep commenting like Sky Guardian, and we're going to get to it. Like, I love when I see you guys comment, and I love when you guys request videos because we love doing this. Share this video with someone if you want someone to learn and experience this information, because we love it so much. Guys, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me enormously. One click of a button helps me out so much. Thank you guys for watching. Today we're getting into a video. It's called Finding God Without Faith, a personal reflection based on Advaita, Vedanta. So one of our subscribers, he really requested us to watch this video. So we're going to watch it. We're going to give our thoughts, and we're going to enjoy it. So thank you guys for tuning in.
This topic, finding God without faith, is very personal for me. I was raised in a Roman Catholic family, and I went to Mass every Sunday. As a child, I attended a Catholic grade school where we were taught by nuns dressed in flowing black habits. Inside the towering church, during Mass, I was fascinated by the ornate altar where priests conducted a mysterious ritual that transformed ordinary bread and wine into the body and blood of Jesus Christ. The notes of the church organ vibrated deep inside me, and the melancholy chanting of Latin prayers sometimes moved me to tears.
Guys, Kelly grew up Catholic.
As a child, I was
grew up
quite
a Baptist
devout.
Christian.
I even fantasized about growing up to become a priest. But before long, I felt deeply troubled about my faith. Our school curriculum included a daily religion class in which we had to memorize and recite the official catechism of the church. We used a small book like this one, and it began, "Who made us? God made us. Who is God? God is the supreme being, infinitely perfect, who made all things and keeps them in existence. Why did God make us? God made us to show His goodness and to make us happy with Him in heaven. How can we gain the happiness of heaven? To gain the happiness of heaven, we must know God, we must love God, and we must serve God."
Sounds
Several
good to
times,
me.
I raised my hand in class to ask questions, like, would my Protestant and Jewish friends also be able to go to heaven? The nun scowled at me and said I shouldn't ask such questions because these teachings simply have to be believed. They have to be completely accepted without doubt. I wondered back then, why did God give us powerful intellects if we were not supposed to use those intellects in religion class? Well, being scolded by the nun was the beginning of the end for me. Even as a child, I disliked the dogmatism of the church, even though I didn't know then what the word dogmatism meant. I quickly became disenchanted with the church, and by the time I was a teenager, I had developed an allergy to religion so to speak. Later, when I was still in my 20s, I felt something missing in my life, and that led me to undertake a spiritual quest. I started by reading books on Western philosophy, but I soon shifted to what we called Eastern philosophy, Taoism, Buddhism, and, of course, Hinduism. I was really impressed by the works of Swami Vivekananda, the brilliant disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. That's how I got introduced to Advaita Vedanta. I started to attend classes taught by monks from the Ramakrishna mission. Then, in 1981, I happened to attend a lecture by Swami Dayananda, a lecture that affected me very deeply. Swami Dayananda said, God is not a matter of belief. God is a reality to be known, a truth to be discovered. Hearing those words transformed my thinking. And, as you might already know, Swami Dayananda would soon become my guru. Instead of using the word God, Swami Dayananda generally used the Sanskrit word Ishvara. I later learned that he did this to avoid the enormous confusion associated with the word God. Most people agree that the word God refers to the one supreme being who created the universe. Yet, for Christians, God exists as three divine persons: God the Father, His Son, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit that dwells within. Three persons that are said to be one in essence. For Jews, on the other hand,
We are
God
all one.
is Yahweh,
Right.
the historical God of Abraham, who gave the 10 Commandments to Moses and delivered the Israelites from slavery. But Muslims declare there is no God other than Allah, the all-merciful and all-powerful, whose prophet is Muhammad. Unlike the followers of those three Western religions, most Buddhists and Jains deny the existence of an almighty supreme being who created the universe. And for Hindus, well, it's a whole lot more complicated. The Hindu tradition accepts many individual gods and goddesses, yet all of them are considered to be forms of Ishvara. In the Rig Veda, the most ancient Hindu scripture, there's a famous but often mistranslated verse that says, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahudha Vadanti. Ishvara is one, who the wise describe in many ways. Even though Ishvara is one, Hindu scriptures describe Ishvara very differently than the one supreme being worshipped by Christians, Jews, and Muslims. You might be surprised to know that a remarkably precise definition of Ishvara can be found in many Vedantic works. This definition is incredibly helpful because so much confusion arises when we use words like God or soul or divinity without clearly defining what those terms mean. So, a clear, precise definition of Ishvara is crucial, and that's what we'll discuss next.
Interesting.
Ishvara.
Yeah, I can't wait to keep, continuing on this journey and learning more about the history of these different religions and the different swamis of the past.
Before we continue,
We learned a lot
please note
already.
that
Yeah,
Ishvara is not a hymn,
We're on a
like
journey.
God the Father or
course.
like
Always
Yahweh
more to
of the
learn.
Jews. But
always
grammatically,
more to
the
learn.
Sanskrit word Ishvara happens to be masculine in gender. For this reason, masculine pronouns are used when referring to Ishvara. The precise definition I mentioned before is this: Abhinna nimitta upadana karana, the efficient and material cause for the universe that is non-separate from it. This definition might be precise, but it's much too terse and scholarly to be understood without some help. Let's try to unpack those words. First of all, material cause and efficient cause are philosophical terms used to describe the two main factors necessary for any act of creation. To make a pot like this, the material cause is clay. That simply means clay is the material needed to make this pot. But in addition to clay, a pot maker is also required. The potter is the efficient cause, the maker, the intelligent agent needed to make a pot. To make a table like this, wood is the material cause, and a carpenter is the efficient cause.
I like this.
Obviously, nothing can be created without a suitable material or without a skillful maker. Now, look at this. Potter and clay are two separate factors needed to make a pot. Carpenter and wood are two separate factors needed to make a table. In both cases, the two factors, the maker and the material, are different from each other. But the definition of Ishvara we're discussing describes him as being both the maker and the material, both the efficient and the material cause for the universe. To make a pot, a potter can dig clay from the ground. But to create the universe, Ishvara can't go to some kind of celestial storehouse for raw materials. Before the universe was created, Ishvara alone existed, nothing else. There was no external source of material. Logically speaking, Ishvara himself has to be the material cause for the universe as well as its efficient cause. How can that be? It's explained by a famous metaphor found in the Mundaka Upanishad, a Vedic scripture that says the universe is like a spider's web. Yatha urnanabihi srajate grinate cha. The universe is like a web that's spun by a spider and later gets consumed by the spider. That's an absolutely brilliant metaphor. Obviously, the spider is the efficient cause, the maker of the web. In spite of its extremely tiny brain, the spider has all the knowledge and power it needs to make a web. In the same way, Ishvara is said to possess all the knowledge and power needed to create the universe. That means Ishvara possesses infinite knowledge and limitless power. With that knowledge and power, Ishvara can create an incredibly complex universe, a universe that functions in a perfectly orderly manner. Ishvara's intelligent order ensures that planets continue to orbit their suns, and electrons continue to orbit their nuclei. Ishvara's intelligent order also ensures that you receive the results of deeds you've committed in this life and in past lives. Now, let's return to the spider metaphor. For a web, the spider is not only the efficient cause, the maker, but it's the material cause as well. The spider weaves a web from silky threads produced by its own body. A potter needs clay, but a spider already has the necessary material within itself. In a similar way, Ishvara himself is said to be the source of the fundamental stuff out of which the universe is woven. Ishvara manifests the universe from himself without needing any kind of external material. In this way, Ishvara is both maker and material. Also, when a web gets damaged, the spider who made it will eat the threads and recycle the material to use in making another web. That nicely represents how Ishvara is said to withdraw the universe into himself at the end of a cycle of creation, before making the universe manifest once again in the next cycle. Okay, the spider metaphor is really helpful, but we're not done yet. Our definition of Ishvara describes him as being abhinna, non-separate. That is, non-separate from his creation, from the universe. A spider is obviously separate from its web. A spider can even abandon its web. But Ishvara can never abandon the universe.
I like the spider.
Why?
Metaphor
Because
a lot.
according to the definition,
Makes
Ishvara
sense.
is utterly non-separate from the universe, as we'll discuss in just a moment.
Especially how webs are perfectly
The spider
woven.
metaphor is not perfect. As you know,
And
all
the universe
metaphors
is
have
perfectly
limitations.
made, the distance of the planets
Metaphors
to the
are
suns and
tools we
everything.
use
It's the
to
same
understand things.
Exactly. Yeah.
After hammering in a
Everything
nail,
just runs
if you
so
need to
smoothly.
tighten a screw, you'll grab a screwdriver. In the same way, after using the spider metaphor, we can use another one, a metaphor found in the scriptures that compares the universe to the dream world that you create each night while you sleep. When you sleep, a dream world arises in your mind, a world filled with people, clouds, trees, animals, and so on. Then, when you wake up, that dream world fades away. It returns to its source. It returns to you, its creator. For that dream world, you are its creator, its sustainer, and its destroyer. Just like Ishvara, in the form of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, is said to be the creator, sustainer, and destroyer of the universe. More than
I like the
that,
dream
to
one, too.
create
The dream
a
one's really
dream
good.
world, you are both the maker and the material, the efficient and the material cause. As the efficient cause, you possess all the knowledge and power needed to create the dream world. It's created from your memories and imagination. And further, it is you who determines the laws of nature that govern your dream world. You are the source of its intelligent order. That's why you can fly in your dreams and fall great distances without getting hurt. In the same way, Ishvara is said to determine the laws that govern this universe. Ishvara himself is the source of the intelligent order that regulates the world. For your dream world, not only are you its maker, the efficient cause, but you are its material cause as well. The trees and houses in your dreams are not made of wood, nor are the people in your dreams made of flesh and bones. What are they made of? They're made of you, of your own mind stuff, so to speak. In the same way, everything in the universe is said to be a manifestation of Ishvara. The universe is therefore made of Ishvara. The Chandogya Upanishad says quite boldly,
There you go. The whole
Sarvam
universe is
Kalvidam
Brahman.
Brahma.
We just
All
got into
this,
that.
the entire cosmos, is nothing but Brahman, nothing but Ishvara. My own guru often reiterated this teaching. He said, the truth is not that there is one God, but rather that there is only God. Wow, what an amazing teaching. Okay, we've just finished describing Ishvara with the help of a precise scholarly definition. We also used a series of metaphors to better understand the source and creator of the universe. In that whole discussion, what were you asked to believe? Nothing. Nothing at all. That's what I find so remarkable about Advaita Vedanta. Its teachings make extensive use of reason to present Ishvara as a reality to be understood, a truth to be discovered, a supreme being who can actually be known and not remain merely as a matter of belief.
I love the way he explains it and breaks it down. I really do enjoy this culture and the teachings. And I want to start reading some of these ancient Sanskrits.
It's really good. I don't know if it's because he's a Westerner as well, that he kind of just from that background
in
can
the
describe
final
it
part
well.
of this presentation,
But he does a good job.
let's consider some possible shortcomings in Vedanta's highly rational approach to Ishvara.
Well, I think the
that
philosophy is
rejects
just
belief.
so sound that
When
any
you
way
think
you
about
describe
it,
it's gonna be like
Vedanta's logic and
Very
reason
very easily
don't seem
understandable.
very helpful
Incredible.
if you want to cultivate intense emotions of love and reverence for Ishvara. The precise definition we've discussed doesn't seem to directly lead to a practice of heartfelt prayer, veneration, and worship. After all, no one prays to a material and efficient cause. We pray to an all-powerful and all-knowing Supreme Being. Most Hindu traditions that emphasize devotion, bhakti, are not based on scholarly Vedantic teachings. Instead, they're based on devotional teachings associated with mythological stories, stories about forms of Ishvara like Krishna, Shiva, Vishnu, and Ganesha. Most of those stories are found in the Puranas, where gods and goddesses are elaborately portrayed together with their divine attributes, their supernatural deeds, and their extraordinary blessings bestowed on sincere devotees. Those Puranic stories can certainly inspire intense devotional feelings, especially in Hindus who grew up listening to such stories. But for many, including spiritual seekers like me who were not raised in Hindu families, those stories often fail to provide a strong foundation for devotional practices. So we can ask, is it possible to develop intense feelings of devotion to Ishvara without believing in those stories of gods and goddesses? Is it possible to develop devotion through spiritual knowledge alone? Absolutely. In the Bhagavad Gita and elsewhere, knowledge of Ishvara is extolled as a powerful means for cultivating devotion. For example, in the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says quite plainly, "The wise realize my divine nature and worship me with devoted hearts. After gaining knowledge of me as the imperishable source of all beings." But how can mere knowledge of Ishvara possibly lead to intense emotions of love and reverence? Well, consider this. In India, many couples are wedded as a result of arranged marriages. For this reason, it's not unusual for newly married couples to hardly know each other. But over a period of time, they come to know each other better and better. And as that knowledge grows deeper, their feelings of love and intimacy also grow deeper. This example suggests that as your knowledge of Ishvara grows deeper and deeper, you can indeed cultivate intense emotions of love and reverence. That was certainly my experience. As a young man who was allergic to religion, I wasn't inclined to believe anything whatsoever. Not surprisingly, when I began to study Advaita Vedanta, the mythological stories in the Puranas didn't attract me at all. Back then, I admitted to a fellow student, "I don't have a devotional bone in my body." Yet, over a period of years,
Dang.
I gradually developed a rich and meaningful prayer life. For decades now, most of my mornings begin with prayer, puja, and meditation on Ishvara. But how could heartfelt bhakti like that take root in a hyper-rational non-believer like me? Well, studying Sri Krishna's teachings in the Bhagavad Gita has probably helped me more than anything else. Other Vedantic teachings have also helped a lot, like the dream metaphor we discussed before.
That
With
was
the
good.
help of all those
I
teachings,
do think he's a
I've
believer.
gradually come
I
to
can see it in
feel
his eyes.
that
I can
the
see it in
world
his
around
eyes.
me is truly
He
a
loves
divine
it. Yeah.
manifestation of Ishvara. Everything I see, hear, taste, smell, and touch seems to be endowed with divinity. When I go for a walk on the beautiful trails behind our ashram, I feel like I'm walking through Ishvara, as if I'm surrounded by Ishvara, or embraced by him, so to speak. My own body and mind also seem like divine manifestations of Ishvara. With age, they take on a unique kind of beauty, like a favorite old book that you still treasure in spite of all its loose pages and its broken binding. When I teach a class or work on producing a video like this one, I feel so grateful for the skills and intelligence that Ishvara has given me. When I start a new project, I know that the outcome of my efforts will be determined by Ishvara, according to his intelligent order that governs the universe. During morning puja, the deities on my little altar connect me to a divinity that's immeasurably vast and infinitely powerful. And when I close my eyes for prayer or meditation, I can sense that beyond the manifestation of Ishvara that surrounds me and sustains me, there's an even greater reality, a reality that transcends the universe, like a dreamer transcends his dream world. Now, I have to admit that I don't always feel such a profound sense of being intimately connected to Ishvara. Each day, there are many times when I get distracted or absorbed in mundane matters, and I temporarily lose that sense of Ishvara's divine presence. After all, I'm a normal human being, not a great saint. But that profound sense of intimacy is always accessible. It's always available. It only takes a moment of prayerful reflection. Ishvara is never more than one thought away. I've just shared some very personal observations about myself. My intention here is not to demonstrate any kind of spiritual accomplishment, but rather to make a particular point. And the point is, if someone as unlikely as me can develop a rich and meaningful prayer life with the help of Vedanta's teachings, then anyone can. Such is the power of these teachings.
Very nice.
That was really nice. I really enjoyed that. What did you think about it, Kelly?
Yeah, that was good. I think, okay, so I guess just starting from the beginning, how you mentioned he grew up Catholic. That's how I grew up. I didn't go to Catholic school. My mom did, and all of her siblings, and I have a lot of cousins that went to Catholic schools. And you do see that a lot, where it could be that it was almost pushed so hard, and a lot of times there's kind of that fear background as well with a lot of the teachings that if you don't do this, if you don't do that, you'll go to hell. If you do this, you go to hell. These kind of people automatically go to hell. And you do see that it can cause a lot of people to, as they get a little bit older, they start to really kind of back away from that. And it makes them kind of almost kind of anti that because of all that fear teaching.
All the judgment.
Yeah, a lot of judgment. Most people do end up finding their middle ground later in life, but that's definitely true. And I think all religions do have at the core of it, know the main truth. It's just all different kinds of ways, different kind of worship, different types of rituals. But I will say that I find the more and more we learn about Hinduism, I'm starting to believe that they have it down most of all. I really think so. The reality of everything is really, really there. And in college, I took ancient Asian philosophy class. It was a really, really fun class. We didn't really learn Hinduism. I mostly remember more learning Buddhism, Taoism, but it was a really, really interesting class. I'm glad I got to learn that as well. But I love learning about this kind of stuff, all different religions, all different faiths. It's just very, very interesting to me. So I like it a lot. Yeah,
I love watching this information and really just taking it in, exploring it, learning about all the different swamis and the different religions. It's just so fun to me. So yeah, I really like learning about the different swamis. Learning about Advaita Vedanta and just learning about the different sects of Hinduism and truly experiencing it. And I want to share a certain story that I have because whenever I was going through my last major phase of enlightenment and where a lot of changes were coming, a lot of things were happening to me, I saw different beings. I saw Yeshua, who's known as Jesus. I saw Filthy Atlantean. I saw the spirit of Krishna as well. And that was one of the biggest things for me is I was meditating outside and I saw the spirit of Krishna as well as some other Hindu gods. And it was a very powerful, very vivid experience for me. And I didn't really understand or realize what that meant yet at the time. But now that we're going through this period, I truly believe that that was to subconsciously guide me towards this area where I can easily digest and give this information out to a lot of different people that are watching because people love this kind of content whenever we're talking about Vedanta and Hinduism and these different philosophies and the different swamis that we're learning about. People truly do enjoy this information. So if I can do my part at all to spread this knowledge, and it's just like he said in the video, guys, once you start learning this information, you become more attuned to this knowledge. You begin to learn more about it. And once you become attuned to it, then you can get reached out by these beings. These beings will reach out to you. Ishvara, all these different beings, everything is Ishvara. But once you just start truly getting more involved, learning more, putting out the intention to learn about this information, these beings and all this information will start coming to you. It will be attracted to you. But if you don't learn about it, then it most likely won't. So I had a very awesome experience where I was lucky that these beings came to me. And it's the same thing with extraterrestrials and different facets of spirituality. But yes, he said at the beginning there are other religions. And then they told him that we don't get into that, but we know what they're thinking. They're going to go to hell. So it's a negative part of Christianity when you're talking about hell and being burned in hell. Not all Christians believe that, but a lot of strict Catholics do believe in it, and that's what they tell you, and it kind of scares you off, and you think, wow, that's kind of negative. Yeah. So, but I really liked how we explained the material cause, which would be, if we're talking about a vase, the material cause would be if the vase is made out of glass, it'd be glass. And the efficient cause would be the maker of the pot. So it would be whoever created it. Like this table, the material cause is wood, the efficient cause is whoever created the table. And I really like that explanation because it does give a definition and it does give reason to what he's explaining with Ishvara and how the spider weaves the web and the spider eats the web and recycles it. But he also went into the metaphor of dreaming, where you create the dream, you're experiencing the dream, and you're destroying the dream when you wake up. But the dream all comes within you. You are both the efficient cause and the material cause, because there is no material other than your thoughts, other than your mind. It's you. So you created it and it is you in the dream. So that's how Ishvara is. And I just really like those explanations. It's so beautiful to hear him explain it. I love these kind of philosophies so much. Thank you so much for recommending this video to us. I am very happy about it. And it's just so cool to hear this and explain this stuff and just go deeper into it. I feel my vibration getting higher. And like the quote he gave, there is not one God, there is only God. And explained how once you're a married couple, you know each other deeper. That's how it is with these different, I don't want to necessarily call it religion, but these different religions, these different spiritual concepts. And it's just so beautiful to learn more, guys. You have to have that thirst for knowledge, that thirst to learn more, because I know that you guys, we can change the world together if we do this together. If we stay on a high vibration, continue meditating, continue learning, continue spreading this information, share this video with someone if you want someone to learn and experience this information, because we love it so much. Do you have anything else to say, Kelly, about this? I love it.
Yeah, really good stuff. I love the spider and the web metaphor. Even when he was first describing it, I'm like, okay, because I forgot that the web comes from the spider. So I was like, okay, I know the spider made the web, but how is the web part of the spider? I mean, he lives on it and collects his food on it. And then he said, oh, the web comes out of the spider. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. So that was a really good one. Dreams, of course, too. And another thing with the dreams is that if you get into lucid dreaming, so it's like when you're dreaming, you're creating it all, whether you are aware you're in the dream or not. Right. And then you can get lucid and really, really be in control, but you're still in control either way. And it's like that in reality too. We can kind of be sleeping, dreaming while awake, where we don't really know we're in charge of this reality that we're in. We're creating our reality because we are Ishvara as well. Exactly. So it's all one, and we can be more and more aware and more attuned of how aware and how in control we are and what we truly are at our essence. So all really great lessons, all really great metaphors. And like Han was saying, that the more you just listen to this stuff, and as he was saying as well, you can just be on a nature walk and just feel that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful divine connection for the most simplest of things. And that's what happens. The more and more you take this information in, the more you can have those beautiful sacred moments, and even just what seems to be the simplest of things, just going on a little walk. And that's how you know it's true, because you will feel that so incredibly high vibration, and you'll just keep raising, feeling it more and more and more. And vibration doesn't lie.
I mean, it just makes sense logically from a logical perspective. That's why I break things down. Watch our podcast. I broke down all of my different rules and all my different principles that I live my life by. The first one is we are all one. Once you realize, if you had goggles and you could see everything as pure energy, you would realize that everything is energy. This table is energy. Everything is Ishvara. Everything is energy. The clothes I'm wearing, me, my body, the air around me, every single thing is just energy. We are all one. We are all the same thing. So that's how reality works. And when you realize energy can't be created nor destroyed, then you realize that we are infinite beings. So we are all a part of Ishvara. Even if your body gets destroyed, then you're still here, because if something can be destroyed, then it's not real, because energy cannot be destroyed. So that's what people need to realize. And I really have to shout out to Sky Guardian XY for showing us the video. And guys, we want to react to all of your videos. If we miss it and if we're not reacting to it, just comment. Keep commenting like Sky Guardian, and we're going to get to it. Like, I love when I see you guys comment, and I love when you guys request videos, because we love doing this. But yes, like Kelly said, whenever you're out and you feel those vibrations and you know that, hey, I'm a part of Ishvara, everything is Ishvara, I'm a part of God, I am one part of God, then you realize, oh my gosh, everything is God. There is only God. Your eyes open up to experiences, your synchronicity. You can just let go and let the world take you wherever you need to go. And then the beautiful things of life start to unfold right before your eyes, before you could have ever imagined it. You have to realize how infinite you are, that you can do anything you want to do. Don't let anybody say you can't. You can do it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, please subscribe, please comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know your thoughts. We want to see more videos. We want to see more requests. We want to keep doing videos for you guys. And again, check out our blogs on the channel. We're dropping blogs. I'll have a link to it below. But thank you guys so much. I love you all. We both love you. We appreciate you. And we're all Ishvara together. We're all learning together. We're all a part of this journey together. And we love learning. So keep them coming. We're all going to grow, and we're going to change the world. Thank you for watching.
Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next video.